What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
However, those on the home front, shielded from direct impact, might conceivably advocate for a second war, solely focused on the profits they could gain, disregarding the suffering of others. Chances were they would not appreciate Masayuki's anti-war stance. They would not take overt action against him, given Velgryn's presence, but they might covertly undermine his efforts while outwardly displaying loyalty. Dealing with such individuals would prove to be an immense challenge. Minutes would aid in convincing the nobility, and Calgario would work towards unifying the military once again. However, I feared that their efforts alone would be insufficient against the seasoned and conniving schemers in the Empire. Velgrynd would probably suggest something along the lines of, "Why don't we just eliminate them all?" But that was not a viable option. The Empire had already suffered significant losses. They could not afford further casualties within their bureaucracy. Instead, we would have to utilize these formidable opponents and turn them to our advantage. It would be a difficult journey through treacherous terrain, but the discussions of the past few days had made it clear that it was the only way forward. This is where Testarosa's role came into play. With the assistance of the sharp-eared spy, Moss, she would be able to uncover the plans of these schemers in one fell swoop. Dealing with them as a collective would prove troublesome, but if she could leverage blackmail, persuasion, in the right manner, I was confident they would become cooperative. The situation in the Council of the West was relatively calm, so Testarossa believed that Sion would be sufficient to handle matters there. So that was our decision, and in the process, we also determined that Venom would continue to serve as Masayuki's bodyguard.
Do you have any objections to that? We would be assigning one of your clan members to a long-term task.
That won't be a problem. If it serves your purposes, Sir Rimuru, feel free to use and exploit him as much as you like.
I had no comment on the exchange between Velgrynd and Diablo. Pressing the matter further would yield no results with that demon. Unlike the morning session, the afternoon proceedings were more lively. All the current issues of the Empire had been laid out and we engaged in discussions to find solutions. It was a truly worthwhile use of our time.
We in the Empire will never forget the generosity you are showing us.
Whoa, hold on. We are still in the planning phase, you know. We have yet to take action and make it happen. Thank us once all the work is completed.
The work, huh? Ah, Lord Rimuru, you truly have a way with summarizing national-level crises so succinctly.
Minutes chuckled, but his eyes were filled with excitement, his passion ignited by my words. I was glad to see his enthusiasm. With our basic direction firmly established, there was still one crucial problem we couldn't afford to overlook. Gazel was the first to address it.
So, Rimuru, let me ask the most important question. Can you defeat this enemy?
Referring to Michael, Feldway, and their servants. We still had threats lurking, waiting for an opportunity to strike.
To be honest, I cannot guarantee victory, but I am not entering this to lose.
I see. Knowing you, I'm confident you will take any necessary measures to make those words come true.
You are giving me too much credit.
When I witnessed Lady Velgryn's strength firsthand, I was prepared to lose the war and die simultaneously. I knew she was powerful, but I never could have imagined just how formidable she truly was.
Vaughn and Dolph nodded in agreement with Gazel's confession. Yes, when I saw Testarossa being defeated, I thought it was the end too. It made me angry, and somehow, I overcame my fear. Before I knew it, it was all over. But looking back, it's almost like a mystery how we emerged victorious. At least now I had Seal with me. Along with Veldora and Diablo's demons, I wasn't alone, and that alone provided me with strength.
Well, I never thought I would let myself be defeated by a slime. But I'm grateful for that now, and I'm certain my elder sister Velzard wouldn't fare any better against you.
Gazel's words didn't seem to bother Velgrynd. Personally, I wasn't so confident about my chances against Velzard, considering the reports of her overwhelming victory against Veldora. However, I understood that Velgrynd truly believed in my abilities.
Please, you're giving me too much credit. It's a bit embarrassing.
Oh, come on, don't be so modest. You defeated me purely based on your skills, not luck or anything like that. And it wasn't even a close match. You know that.
Velgrynd didn't feel ashamed of her defeat because she had already come to terms with it, I suppose. She had moved on and accepted it. People like her were the ones to be cautious of. I quietly heightened my level of vigilance around her. Now it was time for me to express my honest opinion.
The truth is, we don't know the enemy's fighting capabilities, and we can't predict how they will attack us. Regardless of their objectives, I want to know what they will target and the methods they will employ.
I displayed several individuals on the large screen in the meeting hall.
These are the enemies who invaded the labyrinth. These existence points represent a general measure of their strength, and each of them is approximately 3 million points strong, placing them in the upper ranks among my own officers. I'd prefer not to face any of them in one-on-one combat, as they will prove to be formidable opponents.
Then, I disclosed all the information I had about them. Afterward, Velgrynd chimed in to provide additional details.
I defeated all of them, but let me offer some advice. These are ancient beings, servants who once aided my elder brother Veldanava. They are as troublesome to deal with as the primal demons. Their true bodies are still sealed away. What we witnessed earlier were merely weakened split-body versions. They cannot be defeated using conventional means, so we all need to be cautious.
None of us knew how to react. Wasn't Velgrynd able to effortlessly destroy them?
That is the result of Velgrynd's dimension leap ability. Velgrynd herself can only make those leaps when she has a fragment of Rudra's soul as a target, but she would have no trouble directing her attacks at those targets.
I understand. So, Velgrynd could trace the connection Cornu had to his split body and use it to destroy his main body as well?
That seems to be the case. This spacetime continuous attack capable of launching attacks across space and time is impossible to evade even with parallel existence.
Really? That's incredible. Velgrynd is truly amazing.
I wasn't aware of the extent of her accumulated experience, but she had mastered all her abilities to a terrifying degree of perfection. She was already formidable from the beginning, and now she had become even more formidable. Veldora had also acquired parallel existence, and he was thrilled about it, but I doubted it would make much of a difference for him. If he knew that, well, I would feel sorry for him then, without a doubt. I wasn't the only one unsure of how to react to this information. The Imperial forces, along with Gazel and his team, seemed to contemplate Velgrynd's words. To the Empire, Velgrynd still served as a last resort option. If things went south, she would come up with a solution for them. However, Dwargon faced difficulties.
So, we cannot defeat them.
It appears so. Unfortunately, we have no countermeasures.
Vaughn.
It's the truth. There's no point in putting on a brave face. We should be honest with each other and find a solution, shouldn't we?
Well, you're not wrong, but...
No, Vaughn is absolutely right. We may not be able to defeat this enemy, but we still need to consider what we will do when they come. Lord Rimuru, based on your knowledge of Michael and the Mystic Lord's objectives, do you think Dwargon might become involved?
It didn't seem very likely, did it?
I think you're correct on that assumption. Not that it guarantees your safety, but I mean to say that you're lower on their list of priorities.
Yes.
Gazel agreed.
If the enemy's goal is to revive the god Veldanava, I suppose Dwargon wouldn't even cross their minds.
Bluntly put, but I suppose that's accurate.
No matter. It is somewhat disappointing to hear as a swordsman, but as the king of a nation, it does bring some relief to my mind. However, regarding their methods, is the enemy truly committed to this mission of theirs?
Are you referring to their intention of gathering the power of Sir Veldora and Lady Velzard to resurrect Sir Veldanava? It's a foolish idea at best, I must say.
Sir Veldanava is already immortal as it is. It's incredibly audacious for mere humans to attempt to revive him.
Diablo scoffed at the idea, while Benimaru was infuriated by it. It was a mystery why Veldanava remained dormant, but it was true that true dragons were immortal. I agreed that the idea was unlikely to succeed.
But in that case, could they potentially target the Dragon Princess?
Calgurio astutely pointed that out. Indeed, Milim had inherited the powers of Veldanava, making her a likely target.
I can't dismiss that possibility.
Velgrynd replied.
However, they would be sabotaging their own chances if they dared lay a hand on my elder brother's beloved. If all they wanted was his power, that would be one thing, but if their true intention is to resurrect him, I hope they wouldn't do anything to provoke his wrath.
Yes, Milim was incredibly powerful, and I didn't believe she possessed any angel-type ultimate skills. Caroline and Frey were also awakened, so I didn't have any concerns about them. If Velgrynd agreed with me, a simple warning would likely suffice. But I still had one concern.
You make it sound as if Veldanava doesn't care about his siblings at all.
That's quite impolite of you.
Velgrynd looked at me, more exasperated than angry.
I'm sorry. I was just speaking honestly.
It's fine.
Good. Velgrynd's understanding saved me once again. I would be more careful next time.
It's not that he doesn't care. True dragons simply have different ways of thinking compared to beings with limited lifespans. My sister Velzard is the same. She has obliterated Veldora numerous times in the name of educating him. Therefore, I am certain that once Veldanava is revived, they will want to unlock all our powers as well.
Ah, that makes sense. It would be similar to what I did, absorbing them, then resurrecting them. Their memories would be preserved, and they wouldn't mind if their personalities changed or anything of the sort.
So Lady Milim is not a true dragon and therefore not immortal. If she were to be killed, it would undoubtedly enrage Sir Veldanava.
Testarossa summarized Velgryn's thoughts for us. It wasn't a certainty, but it felt like the right line of thinking.
Okay, in that case, let me at least warn Milim.
Velgrynd nodded and turned toward Masayuki, who was standing next to her.
You seem to think that this doesn't concern you, Masayuki, but you are definitely being targeted as well. You must exercise the utmost caution among all of us.
Huh? So they haven't given up yet?
Your Majesty, unlike the labyrinth we're in, if you die in the Empire, you cannot be revived. You must understand that and take better care of yourself.
We are willing to risk our lives to protect you. But this enemy is no ordinary adversary. We need you to be mindful of your actions and surroundings for our sake. Sure. Yes. Thank you.
With that lackluster response, our afternoon discussions came to an end. Dinner was a grand affair, a full-course Italian meal. It commenced with a beet soup, or a similar dish, followed by a duck gizzard confit and zeppelin. Vegetable couscous and a lightly grilled, medium-fatty fillet of spear tuna followed suit. Everything was of the highest quality, but the feast didn't stop there. We were then treated to a panna cotta with tank prawn, involtini with battleship fish, and fortress crab spaghetti, a truly divine menu that graced our tables. After an intermezzo of mushroom risotto, we were presented with a seafood soup that combined the essence of the day's fresh catch. Each spoonful had its own distinct flavor, creating an exquisite masterpiece. The preparation involved simmering various soups for half a day and blending them together, an incredible amount of effort. Our chefs poured their hearts and souls into this menu, incorporating hidden delicacies that one might only savor once a year. And to cap it all off, the main dish of the evening was a succulent fillet of cowdeer veal. As I delicately sliced a piece and placed it in my mouth, it practically melted before I even had a chance to chew. It was delicious. So incredibly delicious.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Chris Guzman, Havox, Speed Saber, Arijit Das, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Just a Guy, Misa LW Hernandez, Zach Rossan, Jarius Ladek, Alfonso Smith, Stone Larone, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, John Charles, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Andre L. Hamilton, Adrian, Kumo, Sanketh Chelu, T. Bush, John L, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Dirty Old Hobo, Thomas, J, Christ, Juan Ignacio, Joshua Cousins, Jose Hernandez, Vethelny, Lunel Scarlett, Khalid, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Divine C. Harris, Panda Cats, Aaron Alarcon, DeAndre Nance, Monty Boy 98, D-Man, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Chris Jr., Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Quilly Buckner, Zephyrus, Alver, Normal Defate, Joshua Andrade, L, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J Rule, Liel Tiram, Liron Sangkap, Lucas Gay, Jason Martin, Christopher Mash, Echo Ski, Ethan Madison, Charles Bailey, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Andre Hamilton, Jason Torres, Sesh, Guy Ansley, Simon Road, Emperor WSA, Mika Espinosa, George Hage, Pratik Bandari, Arod Dare, Faiz Mansour, Deriha Skerte, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadal, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Homelike Drop, Vasto Lord, Martin Ramos, Marl Barsha, Hansel Ortega, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Arion Booker, Kamal Luke, Alvin Quarty, Steven, Individual, Mose Chaudhary, Jacob, Spencer Candila, Ian Sekibuyol, Thomas Wilgos, Potate, Kriza Camille Bobadilla. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.